For multiple violations by health inspectors, decided it was better to close the business than make all of those necessary repairs.
I was in for quite a surprise when I stopped by this week and found not only was there no kitchen door, there was no bakery either.
La Familia Bakery, formerly located in the 2300 block of South Flores Street, got a 77 on their recent health inspection. The inspector finding the building in such a state of disrepair, he wrote, the kitchen would not be approved for food prep if applying for a license in this condition. Must make repairs. Ceiling panels were hanging down or missing. There were holes in the walls, soft spots on the floors, as well as peeling paint. In addition, several plumbing repairs were needed. A reinspection was ordered. When I stopped by this week to see if repairs had been made, we found this worker doing demo work inside the building.
Do you know anybody who was associated with the old restaurant here?
Well, I see the owner. I know the owner.
I called the owner of the building, who told me the bakery permanently closed in early March. He's now making repairs to the building, getting it ready for a new business. Culebra Meat Market, number 7 in the 3000 block of Blanco Road, got a low score of 72. Foods were not being properly cooled. Refrigeration units and coolers weren't cool enough, leading to some food being thrown out. Employees weren't washing their hands. Those who were used the wrong sink, and the hand washing sink was found to be blocked. The owner indicated he wanted a regrade, but called back later and accepted the score. A reinspection was ordered. Gyms in the 300 block of Hildebrand got a 78. Several small dead rodents were on a glue trap. Several surfaces and equipment needed to be cleaned, and peeling paint needed to be repaired. A reinspection was ordered, and the business was told to remove all rodent droppings, show proof of pest control services, and complete a thorough cleaning of the business by that time. Good Time Charlie's, located in the 2900 block of Broadway, earned an 87 on their mid-February inspection. The inspector saw small roaches crawl out from behind the vent hood. That same vent hood needed to be removed for cleaning. Food debris in coolers and freezers needed to be removed, and so did the grease buildup at the fry station. Knives were stored with food debris, and raw meats were being improperly stored next to each other. That's what's behind the kitchen door. Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News.
We were busy this week. We made a lot of stops. If you missed an episode of Behind the Kitchen Door, you can scan the QR code on your screen you see there. It'll take you straight to our BKD coverage on KSAT.com, where you can catch all of our previous episodes. We also give you a detailed breakdown of how restaurants are scored when they get those health inspections.
It's happened again. Another Norfolk Southern train has derailed, this time in Pittsburgh. Officials there say this derailment was in the west end of the city. 5 cars jumped the tracks. The cars were empty. No one was hurt and no hazardous materials leaked. This comes 2 months after another train derailed in Ohio, about 50 miles northwest of Pittsburgh. That derailment leaked hazardous chemicals and triggered an investigation of Norfolk Southern's safety practices. Members of Nashville's Metro Council and the Shelby County Board of Commissioners are now considering reappointing 2 Democratic Tennessee lawmakers back to their seats after they were ousted by a Republican-led expulsion vote earlier this week. Now, 3 Democratic lawmakers are accused of violating Tennessee's state house decorum when they joined protesters calling for stricter gun laws. This happening after the Nashville Covenant school shooting that killed 6 people. The Republican supermajority ousted the 2 duly elected Democrats who are black. Some Republican representatives showing support of the vote results, while top White House leaders disagree.
Played the video, it clearly showed her standing there not doing as much. It had nothing to do with the color of their skin.
They chose to show courage in the face of an extreme tragedy.
More than 100,000 people in Pearson and Jones districts are now without representation in the Tennessee State House until county commissioners name their replacements. The vote to reinstate their positions is intended for Monday.
Happening around the world, China's health officials are lashing out at the World Health Organization for its latest accusation that China withheld crucial data concerning the origins of COVID-19. The World Health Organization's technical lead on COVID-19 says she believes China had data it had not shared on the wild and farmed animal trade at a market in Wuhan, where the pandemic started. The director of the China CDC denies these claims and says they gave all available information for the weeks-long joint study. Experts are divided over whether the pandemic started in a lab or spread from wild animals to humans.
Pope Francis led an Easter Vigil service inside St. Peter's Basilica today after missing the Good Friday procession due to bad weather. Now, normally it would be a concern when a pope skips an event like that, but given that Francis is 86 years old, it was extremely cold in Rome, along with him getting over bronchitis. At today's vigil, the Pope also baptized 8 people at the service. Francis has one more Easter event tomorrow in St. Peter's Square that will close out this week.
Busy week for the Pope. What does climate change have to do with home runs at baseball games? The answer, apparently a lot. A breakdown of a study that shows it's making a change in one of the oldest games we like to play.
It's one of the most exciting parts of baseball, seeing a home run. A new study suggests one reason why sluggers may be hitting it out of the park a little more often: climate change. The study, led by Dartmouth College scientists, analyzed 100,000 major league games and more than 200,000 balls. Results show games played in warmer temperatures can lead to more home runs because of a reduction in ballpark air density. Since 2010, more than 500 home runs can be attributed to global warming.
There is a pretty simple physical mechanism going on here, which is that when temperatures rise, the air gets less dense, meaning that there is less air resistance for balls flying through the air.
Home runs have seen previous surges, like in 2019, when the MLB even changed the size of its baseballs to decrease the distance of travel.
Science
rules.
There you go. Interesting stuff there. All right, speaking of more science, we'll look outside with live cam. Shows that, yes, we've got more cloud cover in place now. And really, as we head into the overnight hours, I think some areas of patchy fog might develop by tomorrow morning. So we'll keep eyes on that. A quick recap of today. It was a cooler than average day from start to finish. 53 was the low here in town. 75 was the daytime high, but still a lot warmer than what we saw yesterday and Thursday. It was 77 in Pleasanton, 77 in Carrizo Springs, and 74 over in Uvalde. Now into tomorrow, more 70s in store, but then into next week, that warming trend is really going to take over a more spring-like feel in the forecast. We'll have another full look at what we're expecting tomorrow and into next week coming up after the break.
Our meteorologists are so good. They can tell us what's going to happen a year from now. Not with the weather. That's a little hard, but there is something that they've pinpointed a year from now.
Mark your calendars for this one.
Mark your calendars, and I will say let's start praying for not a lot of cloud cover a year from today, because April 8th, 2024, a total solar eclipse is going to take place. What that means is the moon is going to pass in between the sun and the earth, and it's going to cast its shadow across portions of the earth. Not just portions, specifically parts of South Central Texas, especially along and west of I-35. 365 days from now, we will be in the path of the totality of that total solar eclipse. So yes, go ahead and mark your calendars for that. And also before that, kind of a double whammy here, an annular solar eclipse is also going to take place October 14th of this year, which is a Saturday. So we kind of got a lot to look forward to in the astronomy department as well as the meteorology department as well. Okay, temperatures right now, we are in the upper 50s and 60s across South Central Texas. 59 right now here in San Antonio, 58 in Kennedy, 66 over in Cotulla. Through the overnight hours, I think we fall into the mid 50s here in town by wake up time tomorrow. Again, some areas of patchy fog, certainly possible to kick off our Easter Sunday. Mostly cloudy into the late morning hours. Temperatures climbing low 60s by 11 a.m., around 65 into the lunchtime hour. And then as we head into Sunday afternoon, we'll see that cloud cover break up just a little bit more, lead way to some peaks of sunshine, and daytime highs are climbing into the low to mid 70s in and around San Antonio, 75 in Rock Springs, 78 in Del Rio tomorrow afternoon, 75 in Carrizo Springs, and 75 over in New Braunfels as well. Now into the beginning of next week, still mid 70s expected into Monday, but you can see that warming trend is really going to take back over. For context, our average high for this time of year is 79, so it will be pretty close to seasonable for the middle to later portions of the week, even warming potentially though into the low 80s. So that's what we'll be monitoring, as well as a drier and a quieter weather pattern. Except for Monday. Monday, we are expecting a little disturbance to push across the Lone Star State, and then it'll tighten up just east of Texas. But as it moves across the state, it is possible that we find a couple of showers to a stray thunderstorm or two move in from some activity that is expected to develop off to our north. So we will need to keep eyes on the radar as we get ready to head into the upcoming work week. Now, of course, whatever we find out there, on top of the beneficial rainfall that we've seen over the past 72 hours. This is a look at rainfall reports from official observation stations across south central Texas since Wednesday. Over 1.5 inches here in San Antonio, the highest total, southern Wilson, northern Karnes County, stretching over to Gonzales, even southeastern Atascosa County, picking up on over 6 inches in spots. Converse over 2 inches, Sutherland Springs over 1.75 inches. So yes, so happy to see the rainfall. Now we will work on getting some beneficial rainfall in our far western counties, but we've got that chance for a few showers on Monday. And then yes, it is looking to be a bit drier and warmer into the middle to later portions of next week, with more sunshine returning. And before let you go,
oh my God,
we have to show this picture that was sent in via KSAT Connect. This is Viper the pug saying Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, Viper. I love his little outfit.
So precious.
So precious.
If Viper doesn't have a tattoo that says mom with a heart on the arm there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I like Viper.
I like
Such
Viper.
a cutie.
A lot of
Happy
swag
Easter.
there.
All right, Andrew joins us now with football and American football.
I was going to say, how are you going to segue off of that one?
There you go.
San Antonio FC is back at home tonight, taking on the best in the West, Sacramento Republic FC. And these two went head-to-head all night long. Got the highlights from this one. Plus, the San Antonio Brahmas are back home as well, ready to start a 3-game homestand to end the XFL season. Got that too next. The two best teams in the USL's Western Conference go head-to-head tonight at Toyota Field. San Antonio FC taking on Sacramento Republic FC. Jordan Farr was tested early in this one. 10th minute, he makes an awkward sliding save to keep the game scoreless. Now watch this. 4 minutes later, Christian Pirano has a chance to open things up on the other side, ripping a shot from outside of the box that hits off the crossbar and out. So close, but nothing yet. San Antonio gets another great look in the 20th minute. They just can't quite convert. No scoring in this one, but San Antonio defends home field with a scoreless draw to pick up a point. The rebirth of the XFL has been less than kind to our San Antonio Brahmas, who enter Week 8 of their season with a 2-5 record. But believe it or not, they're still in the hunt for a playoff berth. San Antonio is now a game and a half behind the Arlington Renegades for the second spot in the XFL South, and only 2 games behind the Houston Roughnecks, who come to the Alamo Dome tomorrow as the Brahmas start a 3-game homestand at the Dome. San Antonio wants to shake up the standings.
I know the guys are extremely motivated coming after a disappointing loss in Vegas. It's a divisional game, of course, so there's a lot at stake in this game. I know Houston's on a 3-game losing streak right now. We get an opportunity to get a chance to go down in San Antonio in front of our home crowd. It's going to be a big game.
Jack Cohn is back from injury and will start at quarterback. Kickoff in the Alamo Dome is set for 2 p.m. You can watch the game live right here on KSAT 12. How about some National Arena League action? The San Antonio Gunslingers open the season at home against the Carolina Cobras. Game tied at 34 late in the fourth quarter. Arvell Nelson keeps it himself here for the 1-yard score. His 5th total touchdown of the game makes it 41-34 San Antonio with 40-some seconds left to play. Cobras get it back. 2 plays later, Charles McCollum escapes and finds Jalen Rima, who makes a man miss, cuts to the sideline, and races to the end zone for a 41-yard touchdown. Looks like we're heading to overtime. not so fast. Carolina goes for 2 and the win. No dice. Incomplete pass. Gunslingers hang on to win their opener in dramatic fashion, 41-40. Starting today, former Cowboys pass rusher Aldon Smith will spend a year behind bars. According to TMZ Sports, a 33-year-old was sentenced in a Northern California courtroom to 12 months in jail after pleading no contest to a felony DUI charge assessed in 2021. Smith was first arrested in December of that year after rear-ending a truck that was stopped on a freeway off-ramp. He was intoxicated on the scene, had marijuana in his pocket, and seriously injured the driver of the vehicle he hit. Smith last played for the Seahawks before the accident occurred. He will be 34 upon release. Due to inclement weather, the third round of the Masters was suspended and play has been postponed to tomorrow morning. The rain made play pretty much impossible. Players will compete the third round tomorrow morning and then proceed pretty much immediately into the final round. Most of the field got at least a third of this round in before the rain really forced the postponement. Play will resume with Brooks Koepka leading by 4 strokes at 13 under. Jon Rahm is second at 9 under. Tiger Woods did make the cut, so he'll play on the final day. And finally, the Missions wrapped up their 3-game home season opening series in Tulsa, falling 5-2. The 1-2 Missions returned to San Antonio for their home opener at the Wolf Tuesday night against the Frisco Rough Riders. Really looking forward to getting some AA baseball going around here again.
Baseball's back. We'll take it in any form we can get it.
Here we go. We'll be right back.
30 seconds.
All right, one final look at your Easter Sunday. Some patchy fog possible first thing tomorrow morning. Overall, a nice day, though, especially into the afternoon as we see some sun return, highs in the 70s. A few showers to an isolated thunderstorm possible Monday. And then after that, we dry things out and we warm things up with more sunshine returning, guys.
See, I told you that was an important 30 seconds.
It was a very important 30 seconds. The most important of the whole show.
Watch out for the Easter Bunny out there. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.